Okay, so at the risk of sound like I'm full of myself, which I'm not, this is one of the things I excel at. Uh, Compounding out major patches and ceilings and walls. And I don't care what kind of hole you put in the wall, I can patch it to the point where you'll never know what ever happened. In this case, it's a little bit more difficult because I had some severe low points with all this patching that I put in here. And I just wanted to quickly show you how I'm working this. So I'm working off this ladder and this table that I made recently. Of course, I'm getting a little bit of a bend to it, so I have to straighten that out. You start with a 4-inch knife, you go to an 8-inch, then you go to a 12-inch, right? So it's your first coat, your second coat, your third coat, and you can use a combination of these if you have to go beyond that to touch up particular areas. I work off of a hawk, and when I'm using this, I have the 4-inch handle stuck in this hole on the bottom in case I need to do something with that. And I just prefer working off of a hawk. Now, I'm up here on the table. Just wanted to show you how smooth this is getting. This was like a step here, a 1/4 inch step. And now I'm getting the ceiling to appear relatively flat. You can still see some of the tape protruding through here. That's your lowest point. And over here, there's like a 1/4 inch of compound. But it's nice and even. Now, on a ceiling, it's not as important because, you're just looking up. And if you're painting it white, it all kind of goes away. And you guys know, I've mentioned this before when it comes to the paint. You want to use a 3/4 inch nap roller and put a coat of primer on. And then when you put your paint, use the 3/4 inch nap roller again because that'll add a roller texture here that'll blend with the existing roller texture. So it'll blend. You won't really notice it again. So, but this third day is the tough one because your shoulder starts hurting. You're working that material in, and you're really trying to get it smooth. And part of the technique here, I've mentioned this before, but I've never really shown you, is, let's see if I can do this for you. Part of the technique is when you're coming down on this, there's a bend to the blade. And so here you would take this here and pull it like this. See, I'm twisting it up on the right there, and I'm lessening it there on the left. And then when you come on the other side, you're doing the opposite. And you're trying to keep this knife as flat to the surface. As a matter of fact, so flat, look at my thumb. I frequently dip my thumb into the material by mistake. That's how flat I'm getting that knife. That's what's important. So when I come in here now, I'll end up coming in to do one more coat, which won't be a full coat. It'll just be in a couple trouble areas. You might be able to see it here. I don't even know if you can see that ceiling dips a little bit over there. It's looking pretty good now. It was pretty bad when I got here today. Again, this is just the third coat. So you want to keep it as flat as possible. You really want to force it in. Use the muscle in your body, tighten your core. I mean, it's a workout. But as long as you get it nice and flat like that, after I'll come in with this next coat, it'll dry. And then I'll be able to come back with just a wet sponge and just to smooth out. No sanding needed because I took the time to do it this way. Most guys will come in, they'll just put the mud on. They don't care if they get it a little heavy because they're going to come in with a sanding block, on a stick. But then that just creates a bunch of dust. There's a whole bunch of stuff to clean up. And this is an office. These people working here, they were just in here doing some work while I was doing this. So my system, it's a little bit harder to do. It requires you to be a little bit more fit. And you have to be conscientious. And you have to care. You have to take some pride in your work. But in the end, it'll be a cleaner job. It'll probably takes a little bit longer to do it this way. So it is coming along pretty good. And then again, once this is done and painted, that's my obligation. Then I have to trim this out as well. So yeah, just thought you'd get a kick out of this. Just a quick little short video, a little bit of technique explained. You guys saw me do this upstairs in the office where I patched all the cracks in the plaster wall. That looks perfect up there. And those walls, I got them almost dead flat. But it was this same sort of thing. Of course, when you're working up over your head, it's a lot harder. Anyhow, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day. There's a video coming up here, probably later today, on an arbor press I bought. and it's been a freaking nightmare getting this thing set up. I'm going back to the shop right now to drill another hole in it and work on that some more. But hopefully by the end of the day today, I'll be able to use it. We'll see. Stay tuned. Be good to one another. I'll catch you in the next one.